You've been waiting for it for a year. The first Biggie Bag Challenge was a success. Peyton was our winner. It's time for bragging rights. This is the second annual Meridian Disc Biggie Bag Challenge. We got Blake, Jaden, Peyton, and Josh. Welcome, everybody. This is Jim from Team Prodigy and Central Texas Disc Golf.
And then this is Peyton Mansell with Meridian Discs and Big Country Beef Jerky.
We want to welcome you to the second annual Biggie Bag Challenge 2025 version on the Heritage Park Black course. Peyton, what do you think was going to happen today?
I think it's going to be a great battle. Obviously, we got four really good golfers. We've got Blake and Jaden are both over 1,000 rated and both touring pros. So I think that it's going to be a really good matchup. We're on the Heritage Black course today, which a lot of people may be familiar with the OG layout, which has been showcased previously on the Pro Tour. Going to be a slightly different layout. Shout out to Jim, the person hosting this with me. He's the one who kind of took Heritage under his wing and has redesigned it. And then shout out to Chapman Shoop for all of the drone footage you're going to be seeing today, and then as well as Michael McKee for all of your catch cam. So
it was a fun round to get taken care of. So for the history of it, Biggie Bag Challenge started in 2024. We put in a shorter layout. It was a lot of fun. Peyton, you're able to take down Jaden and had bragging rights for the year. What do you think is going to happen this year?
Like I said, I think it's going to be a tough match. Obviously, much longer course, a lot more shots are going to be thrown, so definitely opens up the door for a little bit more separation.
Got it. Okay, let's get to the action.
Meridian Discs will also be putting up $150 to the winner, as well as giving them a bunch of discs and jerky, courtesy of Big Country Beef Jerky, for a giveaway. So check socials for that.
We're at hole number 1, 383-foot par 3. Got an island green. Peyton, you're going to be the Biggie Bag champion. You're going to go first. What are you throwing here?
I'm going with a 1.1 Meridian Discs Chasm right here. Really stable guy. I think if I remember correctly, we had some left to right headwind, so just trying to give it on a good line and skip it up there.
You got a good skip, and you're in there for a birdie putt. Jaden's next. He was a runner-up last year. It's time for bragging rights again this year. He threw basically the same shot you did.
He threw the same shot and the same disc, so a little bit closer, a little bit better line. It's going to leave him with about a 15-footer.
What's Josh going to throw here?
I think Josh is also going Chasm. He's going with a 1.1, one of the blue ones. It's a touch straighter. He's going a little bit more at the basket. I think this is going to leave him a touch left.
Inside the circle. Mm-hmm. And Blake's following up. He's got so much power.
Yep. And you're going to see this from Blake a lot. Everybody thinks of him as solely a forehand guy, but he's actually got a very serviceable backhand.
Okay, Josh has the first putt, missed it, first putt of the day. And then this is what you talk about your putting woes. You might have got a little high.
Yep, that's always a tough distance to start the day out. You got Blake here with about that same distance, and he just rings it up. That's a great way to start the round.
Josh, go ahead and makes his par putt here. Hope so, I said it. And then Jaden's going to have his birdie putt from about 15 feet.
Yep. Me and Josh were joking around saying we're playing 2,000 rated guys, so we're just basically trying to hang on the entire round and give ourselves a chance.
I'm pretty sure that's what I did finishing up for your par.
Super nervy 10-footer.
They always are the first hole. We're at hole number 2, a 560-foot par 4. This is one of the original holes on the course, except we had a little bit of length, so about 100 yards. Made it a little bit harder, put a whole other gap into play here. It's a tough hole.
Yep, just like you said, just made it a little bit more of a true par 4. And then with that new basket location, it's just a little bit further up on the hill, so you can get up to that berm, and it kind of makes you decide if you're going to run it or not. So we got Jaden here. I think he's going boss.
He's the one who took that new fairway because we moved the tee pad back. It opened up that fairway to be able to throw it up there.
Yep, and there are no OBs today, so I think that you're going to see a lot more aggressive shots with there not being any line. You got Blake going forehand roller here.
Gets it through the trees.
Yep, that thing.
It just took off.
That thing has so much spin on it. It's so far down there. I'm going Kazar here. Kind of taking that same line as Jaden.
In the middle of the fairway.
Yep.
Perfect position. Mm-hmm. And then Josh going to try a roller just like Blake.
Yep.
And this is going to take off with the wind.
Yep. Josh is going H7 roller. It's going to actually end up pretty close to where Jaden is. So, not the best shot in the world, but he's going to be kind of obstructed with that little branch right there.
And then your approach shot that you're talking about. You're going to see just a minute, we're just talking about the hill.
Yep.
If you go a little too hard on the hill, look what happens.
I'm going zone OS, and I was really fortunate there. I thought I was really far down the hill.
Josh just trying to pitch out, get a shot, make his par.
Yep. Josh was, So then we got Blake. He's throwing a backhand up shot, and then just kind of puts it into the berm. He's going to have a really testy putt. Jaden's going slammer. He said he was trying to throw it in, but oof, that's just kind of the way this hill plays.
And then Josh is going to try to stop it, make his par.
Yep. Josh is going the best approach disc ever made, the Berg X.
And then this is Blake with his approach.
Yep. Blake said he was laying up, and he just got it.
Man, that branch got him so lucky right there. If it wouldn't have got him, he would have been rolled all the way down.
Yep.
And then Jaden got his birdie putt.
Yep.
Blake his par putt.
Yep. Super nervy par putt there, but that's a great putt.
And there's your birdie putt.
Mm-hmm.
And then Josh made his par. So we're wrapping up hole number 2, the 2025 Biggie Bag Challenge. We reached hole number 3, one of the original holes. Made it a little bit longer a couple years ago. 298-foot par 3 around the corner down the hill. You got the water in play, and they're playing to the back basket. Tough hole.
Yep, very tough hole, very unforgiving. I actually lost a Captain's Raptor the day after this round, so very tough hole, very specific line, very forehand friendly. If you don't have a good forehand, it definitely puts you at a disadvantage. Jaden's going felon here.
And he clips the tree.
Yep, just hangs it a little bit too far left. I'm going to try and correct off of Jaden's line, and I overcorrect and just send it really far right.
You didn't even
wow.
You go all the way down the hill.
No, not right now. No.
Give yourself a shot at it.
I'll take it.
And this is Blake. This is going to be the shot of the day.
Yep, me and Jaden both threw fairways, and Blake threw a Justice. Ooh!
Almost threw it in.
That
was
was
a birdie putt.
Insane.
And then Josh threw it. He hits the tree again. Look at the roll he gets. He gets a great roll down the hill.
Wow. I was wondering how his disc landed there.
That's how you got it. And as your approach shot, you just clop that one tree, knocks you down from having to make a birdie, make an easy par.
Yep, I definitely left some work for myself. Jaden's trying to give this a little bit of a bid. He just sails it a little bit. He's going to have a pretty easy up and down, though. Josh just laying up. He's going to take his par. I try and give it a little bid and just hits the front of the cage. Got Blake. He had a pretty obstructed putt here.
I trimmed that tree.
You did?
Yeah, I did. And then Jaden go ahead and gets his par putt.
Yep.
Here. And okay, we reached hole number 4, the turtleback hole. Hole 4, 434-foot par 4, one of the original holes. It's a great hole. You can't really do anything to improve it except trim it up a little bit and just go out. You got about a 200-foot shot out of the gap, and then you got the wind to deal with, and then the raised green. What an incredible hole!
Yep, just one of those OG heritage holes. I'm glad we never had to move it. I know Jaden's going big here. He's really trying to get the 2. I don't think he's ever gotten the 2 before.
Came close right there.
Yeah,
almost got through the gap.
He's going to have a really easy up and down. Blake's going forehand.
And he clips the tree on the left. He's going to have a pretty difficult second shot. And Josh just plays it textbook right down the middle of the mouth.
Yeah. Josh is just going with the layup. He's throwing a detour, just trying to get to the middle.
And then what are you throwing here?
I'm throwing a katana, and this is about as good as you can get. And it just puts you in such an awful spot to where you really have to either commit to running it or lay it up. But
and then Blake with his approach shot, his forehand. What a shot. Out of the gap, lands it on the hill.
Yep.
He's going to give himself a chance to make a 3, and then Josh is going to do the same thing.
Yep, Josh is going ringer top zone. He just gets that up there. Jaden's throwing his slammer again.
Hits the side of the hill, but he's got a birdie putt.
Yep.
Here you are going for a 2.
I'm going for a 2, and it's a poor attempt, and then just gets a bad roll. It's kind of the story of the day.
It's Josh making his birdie putt.
Yep, Josh's good birdie putt. That's about as good as you can play it with the layup.
So you're talking a little short on your putt.
Yep, just didn't account for the height. And I'm going to be losing a stroke to just about everybody on the card here. Talk about just an amazing second shot from Blake right there.
That's incredible. We've reached hole number 5, 419-foot par 3. This is one of the new holes we carved out for the Blacks. And first about 6 or 7 holes, just a downhill shot toward the river. Got the river in play.
Yep, very wind-dependent hole. We had a pretty favorable wind today. So Jaden's just going to be throwing a Halo Champ Destroyer, just playing it wide. It's kind of tough to see on the video, but it's pretty downhill. He just parks it.
We got Blake doing the same thing. I don't know what he's throwing, but a great shot.
Yeah, I'm not 100% sure. Blake throws a lot of older discs too, so
This is the first of our drone footage from Chapman. Look at this shot. You can really see the shape of the shot.
yep, this is a really awesome view to kind of just see the full flight of the disc. Not a view you get too often. Blake just leaves this just a touch wide, but he should at least have a putt.
And then Josh lets it a little bit right. You worried about the river. He said the day before he threw one in the river.
Yeah, the day before he threw a destroyer in the river, so he just said he was overcompensating. I'm going with a 1.1.
You can see that. You can see that Josh's disc. So
yeah,
the drone shot, you can see he just left it right.
Nice and wide. He should have an easy up and down.
What are you throwing?
I'm going 1.1 chasm here. Stable guy. Going a little bit more right at it. Just basically trying to squeak it through those trees, and that's exactly what happens.
But you can't miss. A great shot with the drone from Chapman here. Just tell you the shape. Didn't have anything to do with the river. Just perfect shot.
Yep. Pretty happy with how that one turned out.
Of course, we go in. Josh has got an approach shot for his par. Going to throw it up in there around the trees.
Yep. Trying to give
a tap in for his three.
Trying to give it a soft bid. Blake has this little tiny branch right in front of him. He tries to give it a bit of a bid. And then you got me and Jaden just kind of tapping in our birdies. A little bit of jawing from Jaden right there about missing this putt. But
Jaden likes to talk.
Yep, I put that one in, and then not too often you're going to see Jaden miss one of these.
And he made it. So we go hole number 6. Okay, after 5 holes, Jaden's up 2 on Blake and 3 on Pecan. Let's go to hole number 6. It's a 426-foot par 3. Again, one of the original holes. For the blacks, we added a little bit of length. Y'all have gotten better over the last few years. You can add another 40 or 50 feet. 426-foot par 3. And great hole, especially when the trees and the leaves are in. Just a beautiful, picturesque hole.
Yep, definitely just added a little bit of length. Makes it just a touch harder. But like I said, there's no OB today, so kind of just get up there and rip it. Jaden just leaves this one just slightly left. But he should have a pretty easy up and down. I'm going Emperor here, and I really love this shot.
It was pretty. You're going to love it until you see it come back down the hill.
It was just kind of the story of the day, and then just rolled away. That'll leave me about a 40-footer, and then you got Blake just absolutely putting a move on this new OS.
Yeah, you're going to see how close he gets. Oh. He almost ace 3, and then he almost ace 6.
Yep.
And his stopped. Yours didn't.
Yep, great rollback right next to the basket. He's going to have a tap-in birdie. Then you got Josh. I think he's going roller here, roller H7.
Turns it over a little bit.
Yep.
Clips the tree.
Leaves it just a little bit right.
Clips the tree. So here's his approach shot.
Yep, he's going ringer top zone again. It's a really treacherous green right here. If you don't have the right angle control going into it, it just makes your life really hard.
And he's just going to have his pitch up. There's your putt. Talk about rollaways. What are you thinking when that's the other thing rolling? What do you think?
I'm thinking, well, at least I get another shot. But, I mean, it was just one of those days. It just looked so perfect out of my hand. So I'm just like, well, at least I can try and correct. It's basically the same exact putt here. But, hey, they say twice or it's luck, and I do it twice. So.
And then Jaden made his par putt and Blake.
Yeah.
We've reached hole number 7, 222-foot par 3. One we carved out in the trees. It used to be the llama and the alpacas. We got a Mando here on the hole just to get it around the corner. It's not a hard hole. You just can't hit the gap. If you hit the gap, you go in and give yourself an easy par, have to make a shot at a birdie. Blake's got his birdies up. He's going to throw first.
Yep, very specific shot shape here. You really want to throw something either really overstable on a flex shot, or you want to try and get really skinny with something that's going to flip up and push.
That's what happens. Kind of pushes into the trees, and then Jaden tries to juice this a little bit.
Jaden the entire time, there's no way anybody would miss this Mando, and then proceeds to just hit the pole. So he got really lucky. Josh is going zone OS here, and he just pushes it a touch straight. And then I'm going to try and follow him with that zone OS shot. And out of my hand, I hated it, but I got lucky and then just got punched by the course. I thought it was perfect. But
so you see from Chapman's drone here that what's Jaden trying to do, the way the hole is shaped like a big question mark. He has got no shot from where he's at. He's going to try to go up and over.
Yeah, this was And this was one I was telling Josh we're probably getting a stroke back because, I mean, he was kind of cooking at this point. So Jaden's going to go over the top. Very questionable spot he lands because we all thought he possibly might have been OB.
He landed just on the edge.
But he landed just on the edge.
And Josh clipped the tree on his birdie putt. Going to finish up with a par. And you clip the branch too?
No, I didn't clip the branch. I hit the band.
Yeah, Blake's the one that's going to hit the tree.
Yep.
He hits the tree.
Yeah, that was like my 4th band hit of the day already.
And then Jaden hit his par putt here.
Yep, Jaden somehow landed in the spot with the line for a putt, and he just capitalizes. So we all walk out of there with a par.
Yep. Not the worst on this hole.
Okay, we reached hole number 8, one of the ones that we carved out in the alpaca and the llamas. This is a 261-foot par 3, Mando going out. It's a great hole. It's turned into a really good hole in a very short amount of time. Takes a technical shot. You got to hit the gap, then you got to get through the Mando, and Blake is going to go first.
Yep, you either want to throw a forehand that kind of just rides this little tunnel, or you go backhand turnover. Blake's going justice, just trying to absolutely power through there.
And he did.
Yep, he did.
Dang near made it.
Almost rings another one up.
You see from the drone footage, he just peers this shot right down the gap.
Shout out Chapman.
That was a beautiful drone shot there, Chapman. And then Jaden is going to try to do the same thing, but he left it a little to the left and really doesn't have a...
Jaden actually aced the shot with that disc right before he won Straddle the Brazos when he was warming up. So
you just see the gap, he missed it.
Yep.
And then Josh was just a little early, which is easy to do on this hole because that's not a lot of fairway there.
Yep. Backhand's definitely a very technical line, very punishing if you don't turn it, or very punishing if you don't pull it off. I'm going ringer top zone, just trying to hyzer flip it up a little bit.
How did you get it through there?
Magic.
Left
myself probably about a 30-footer.
You can see the gap. You don't know how you got through there. You did. Great shot.
I'll take it.
And then there's Josh. He got an unlucky bounce here. I did take the old sleeve out, but he hit something and went straight left. So he's got to approach. He's going to go ahead and make his 4, a little touchy approach shot to make his bogey putt.
Yep, definitely not the distance you want for a bogey putt. Jaden's going to be just leaving this one just a touch high. He should have a pretty easy par putt. Blake's got about a 30-footer, if I remember correctly, and he just absolutely buries that. Blake's super dangerous when he starts making putts from that distance. I've got about a 25-footer, and I just leave it short, overcorrecting.
And then Josh made his bogey putt. Okay, we've reached hole number 9, another one of the new holes, 353-foot par 3. Just got the basket into the trees. Still needs a little work around the green, but a heck of a shot, especially into the wind.
Yep, very, very, very good score separator and a very, very punishing shot if you're not in a good spot off the tee. As you can see, you've got to land in a very specific spot on the green to have a very open putt.
And Blake's got it up with his birdie putt on the last hole.
Yeah, Blake just hasn't played out here very much, so it's a very distance-specific shot, so he just leaves it just a touch long.
Yeah, so he's going to go over the top. His drone footage, you'll see how fast he just missed that gap by about 30 or 40 feet. A little bit more than that, but...
Yep. Just a very, very weird distance, especially we had a tailwind today, so very easy to let that disc go long. Jaden's going a little bit higher. He's going juggernaut. Very, very overstable driver. And he puts that to a really good spot. I don't know if he has a very clear putt, but he's definitely going to be able to give it a nice little bid.
Good distance control here, right into the gap.
Yep.
And you're going to do, what are you throwing?
I'm throwing that chasm again. And out of my hand, I absolutely loved it, but I just didn't account for that wind. Just pushed it long, and that's about the last spot that you want to be right there.
There's your drone shot. You just see, just didn't curl enough in there. Just kind of stayed straight.
Yep. Josh is going chasm, I think.
Yeah, he tries to go left over the top into the green.
Yeah.
He gets it up over the trees, and it's kind of stuck there right in the front of the gap.
Yep. Just Blake's going over the top with a putter, and that wind, I think, just carries it into a bad spot.
And then what are you going here? Just trying to get to the hole?
I'm throwing forehand roller, and I mean, that's about as good as I think I could have done there.
And Jaden's got his birdie putt. It's just we got to trim some trees, but still looking okay.
Yep. It's only been in there for a few weeks. And Jaden tries to put a little anti-putt in there. I think Josh is just trying to pitch this guy up. He doesn't really have a bid.
And Blake in the trees.
Yep.
He missed it. Had a good birdie, had a chance for par, and then you had nothing there.
I had nothing. As you can see, I was trying to do like a little vertical putt, just try and sneak it in there, but a bogey's a bogey.
So we're at the end of the front nine. Okay, that's going to wrap up the front nine coverage of the 2025 Biggie Bag Challenge. Jaden Rise in front with -4. Blake is -3. Peyton, you and Josh are +1, but you've had some tough go on the putting green today.
Yep, it's been just one of those days. They feel great coming out of the hand, but they're just not falling. It's kind of weird because usually my miss is low, but I've been missing a bunch high today, so I'm going to get it corrected for the back nine.
So what do you think? What are you going to expect on the back nine?
I think you're going to see a lot of back and forth. I think the back nine definitely has a lot of good separation, so I'm super excited to see what happens.
We'll see you next time. This is Jim from Team Prodigy and Peyton from Meridian Disc on Central Texas Disc Golf. We'll see you next time.